Assalamualaikum and good morning. Annyeonghaseyo. Welcome to day number 6. And today I'm now at the Lotte City Hotel basement number 2, where they have like shops down here, like cafes, and right where we are now there is a gym. So I did not realize that they have a gym here, and it's called Fitness. And I've seen this Fitness around town, and so I just had a peek inside. So the equipment is pretty nice. I can see live fitness. I think it was Cybex also. But one thing that I noticed, because you wouldn't imagine that people would come here to get their workout, because it's in the basement and there's not a lot of foot traffic. But what's interesting is that if you can, this and this are all lockers, right? And the locker extend all the way to the end, and then they have more lockers to the left, and also I think I saw inside of the gym as well. Now you're thinking like, why would they need so many lockers unless a lot of people are coming here, right? And you can see they are all owned by Fitness. It's quite surprising. I mean, that's a huge investment on lockers alone. Right? Maybe it can be used by public. I don't know. But anyway, today would be my last free and easy day, and what I'm going to do is just take a stroll with my wife to Namdaemun. We need to get some more souvenirs for our family and friends. And then we are going to Sonyemun. I think that's how it's pronounced. Another gate, one of the old gates. And then walk around the old, is it called parapet? Like a castle, like the wall that you saw me walking along, I think in day number 2. So those are actually I think the hike, the walk is pretty short, because in the afternoon we're meeting with Sankyu again to have our lunch. I believe he's going to take us somewhere and eat something different, inshallah. And then that's it. If you have time, I'd like to visit Namsan Tower, but I don't think so, because we are pretty tired after 6 days, and we don't get a lot of sleep, because usually we get back about 10, 11, and then we sleep at about 12, and we have to wake up at about 4:30 to perform our prayers, and then go back to sleep. And sometimes I don't go back to sleep. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know whether you can hear this. Their gym actually has a golf screen. Let me show you. Okay, so you can hear people hitting golf balls on the screen. So I'm not too sure whether this is a normal service that they provide in the gyms here, because I think golf is pretty big. Because I can see a lot of golf shops all around. Yeah, so I don't know, it's weird, it's different, and it gives me a little bit of understanding of the Korean fitness market, just a little bit. Chokum. Okay, we've already exited Heuyun station, and now we're at the vicinity of Namdaemun Market. So we're just walking around the area just to find all the souvenirs for friends and families. And I'm a little bit shy to actually hold up the camera, because I don't want to get scolded by the Koreans. I'm not too sure whether they're comfortable with me filming all this. So that's what we're trying to get, all these chopsticks. Metal chopsticks and spoons. Okay, we're still at Namdaemun Market, and we've managed to find the spoon set. As you can see behind me, I don't want to get this person inside the frame. This is a store outside, but then again we met this Malaysian lady, and she stays here in Korea with his husband, and she actually told us that there's a cheaper place to go, which is inside one of these buildings. So we gotta check it out. We're inside one of the buildings, and this Nuna.
Nuna? Oh, you call me Nuna.
Nuna?
Malaysia name, Nur Selma.
No, Sema. And she owns this shop, and she actually speaks Malay, some Malay, but enough for us to understand. So, and it's actually very cheap. So look for Gate 5 on this building. I don't know what this building is called, so if you just look it up. I know, just it's in Namdaemun Market anyway, right? So gate number 5. The shopping has gotten out of hand. Now I'm sitting down because it's been taking so long. My wife is shopping for her sisters, and I'm tired, and we haven't had breakfast, and I'm hungry. But I still have to wait because this is our last day, and she's gonna get all the souvenirs that she wants. Okay, I'm in deep trouble. Why? Because as I was walking in this Namdaemun marketplace, there are a couple of camera shops. They look like they sell used cameras, and they do, but they also sell new cameras, and the price is cheap. If I compare it to the price in Malaysia, they are cheap, and I'm in a dilemma because they only handle cash transaction for a certain reason, so they can give actually a good price, and I'm not too sure how I'm going to do it because I need cash. Finally, while waiting for my friend to call me back because I probably need his help with the cash, we are here at the Namdaemun gate, and you can see over there are, I think, dummies, mannequins of people dressing up, but it's moving. Are those real people? Orang betul ke? Oh, they're real people, dressed in Joseon era clothing. So we're gonna head there for a while and take a few pictures, do all the touristy stuff, and then we're gonna get Sankyu to come back and call us. And here we go. Traffic lights green. Everybody here obeys the law pretty much. Red light means red. And here we are at Namdaemun National Treasure. I think we visited most of the gates. I don't know whether this is a gate or a palace. Looks good. It's 22 degrees Celsius. Very nice and breezy morning. Oh, I'm so torn about this camera because I know I cannot get it this cheap, and I've spoken to one guy at the camera shop who is a customer, and he has been buying from that place a few times, and according to him, it's actually very cheap. They can actually offer a really good deal for cameras, and but the thing is, you have to pay by cash. Warranty is normal warranty, so not to worry about that. I hope, but it's too hard to resist the offer. All right, here is from the back or the front. I'm not too sure which one is the back, which is the front. Very nice. There's supposed to be a wall. The same wall that that borders the old Seoul, but I don't see it anywhere. Where does it start? Oh. I want to walk around, but not too sure whether Sankyu is ready to come over. So if we do walk around, it means that we're going to take quite some time to, you know, come back around, because we have to go and then we have to come back to this Namdaemun area. But get that. Oh, it's amazing. Okay, after walking around in Namdaemun, pretty tired. We haven't eaten our breakfast. All we had was chocolate from CU and Sprite. We were told to come over here near gate 6 in the Namdaemun Sijang, and there's one halal food here. Halal. And they're from Iraq, and we are eating our chicken kebab, alhamdulillah. So this will be our brunch. After this, we're going to meet Sankyu again, and we're going to talk about how am I supposed to get the camera. I think this is the last video for this particular trip. We actually went to Hongdae and had another dinner with Sankyu, and it was probably the best meal since we came here in terms of its taste, right? So we had tteokbokki, and then we had this fried rice with all the kerak, English apa? With the kerak nasi, the crust of the rice, and then with melted cheese on top. And then there was this drink that we had, which is sales milk, but it's iced soda milk, and it was really delicious. Cinta mashita. So all the dishes were really tasteful, and it was kind of nice send off, if I can say that. And after the meal, we headed back to our hotel because we needed to pack and get an early night's sleep, because tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock we will be heading towards the airport. Okay, so I just want to summarize this trip a little bit in terms of what I've learned and what I've observed, and there are a few things that caught my attention. And namely, number one, when we arrived, the weather is throughout the week, even though at times it was a little bit chilly, but it wasn't unbearable, and I didn't need a jacket to actually walk about. The weather is perfect, right? In this time of year. Apparently, once summer hits, they said that the temperature can go up to 10 degrees by 10 degrees. So this time of the year, in my opinion, is really good for vacationing, right? That's number one. Number two, and I just want to put a disclaimer here, and I might be biased because, like, I'm probably in love with all this, anything that has to do with Korea right now, right? Because of my obsession with K-drama at the moment. All the places that I visited, super clean, except for one place, which is at what's the place? Namdaemun, where we actually saw this homeless guy pissing in a cup. That was the dirtiest place, but otherwise everything here is clean. Even the factory area that we visited, where Sankyu's office is very clean. It's dusty, yes, but it's in general clean. And I'm not too sure how they do it, because I don't see any cleaners, during the day. And mind you, we walked about quite a bit, right? We were in we're in Mapo. We went to Itaewon, and then we went to Myeongdok. We went to Hongdae, Dongdaemun, and we went to Pyeongtaek, which is a suburban area. Clean, and I was quite surprised, right? Toilets, clean. Yeah, initially I was quite, I had a bit of trepidation. I was afraid that, because in Malaysia we use water, lots and lots of water. So over here, you have to bring your, what do you call it, Mami? That bottle, bidet tu, mobile bidet. It's like a bottle, it's like a bidet, you can use it to wash yourself. But I've not have to use the that thing, so that was good, alhamdulillah. And then food, I was also scared that we couldn't find anything to eat here, but Sankyu managed to find all these places, and in most of the tourist site that we went to, inshallah there will be at least one halal restaurant. So even in Myeongdok, we didn't even expect to eat there. We found a halal restaurant, so good. Even in Namdaemun today, as you saw, we saw one halal restaurant. So it's not difficult to find halal food. No, it's not difficult to find food that a Muslim can eat, right? So you can still go to the cafes and eat all those what do you call this, buns or sandwiches, egg sandwiches, and things like that. What else did I find interesting in Korea? This might not be something significant, but when we came, I didn't see any 4x4 truck, right? They have this blue long truck with a long bed, and they use it a lot, but I did not see any 4x4 truck, but we did see one or two, but it's not as many as what we have in KL. And I find that the blue truck is really practical, because they can really fit a lot of things, because the bed is very long, as opposed to a 4x4 truck which has a shorter bed. And I find that interesting because you see that a lot in K-dramas, where the ajoshi will be driving the truck for their work. The subway, very easy to get by if you're in the right location. Like, I think we were in the right location, the right hotel. So we stayed in Lotte City Hotel in Mapo, and underneath the hotel is the subway, and it's very close to Seoul Station. It's just one stop away to Seoul Station, and it connects to Incheon Airport as well. So moving about was really convenient. So initially we just bought ticket every time we wanted to go in, but the best way is for you to get the T card, if I'm not mistaken. And apparently every single time you use the card, they will charge you 12501, which is cheaper if you were to buy the card every single time that you want to enter the subway. So be sure to get the T card and when you are here. Another thing is that apparently in Seoul itself, they have about 20-something million people in this city alone, which is what I was told, half of the population of Korea. So you see a lot of people, you see a lot of cars. Now, the interesting bit is you don't smell all the exhaust fumes. You really don't. I don't know why. Maybe because it's very windy. Everywhere where we went, it was windy. And I don't know whether that's the cause of, maybe the air is being circulated and you don't really smell the exhaust fumes, but we did not smell exhaust fumes at all, even though if we were standing right next to cars in traffic lights, Apart from that, I suppose another thing about the food is that in Malaysia, I tried tteokbokki before. It wasn't nice. It's really bad. But over here, apparently there are different types of tteokbokki, and they are really, really, really delicious. And there are ways of them. The place that we went last had the tteokbokki and then ramyeon, everything in one pan. and then you mix it up with some vegetables, and it was really good. Then after that, they took that pan and cooked the rice I was telling you about with the cheese on top, and that was a really good meal. And apparently, according to Sankyu, that's just a snack, but I think he's lying. It's really filling, and which brings me to the next point. I was quite surprised how much the Koreans eat. Really, 진짜 많이 먹어, right? They eat a lot. Even when we went to this, the first place that Sankyu brought us to, which is temple food. So it's basically vegetarian food. So first, it was just a simple dish, which I thought was okay, sufficient. It would have kept me full, regardless. But after that came the huge, plates, small mangkok of vegetables, and they were all different. It looks the same to me because I don't like to eat vegetables, but it was a lot, and this guy was just eating and eating. I was just trying to be polite and try to enjoy the meal, but it's not something that I actually like. Sorry, thank you. But they eat a lot, and even in fact every single meal they will be just eating and just serving us. Even when we went for that sushi, it's just plates of sushis, and then udon, a couple of udons, and then sobu. What's sobu? The cold dish, the cold meal, soba, and they finished it all. It's like, oh my god, it's remarkable how much they eat, and how most of them, at least from my observation, are thin and not overweight, right? You do see some fat people around, but in general they are just thin. And my theory is that because if you take the subway, there are a lot of stairs that you need to take. Obviously, there are some places where you can take the elevator, but in most cases you'll be just taking the stairs. And there were times when we went to Myeongdok, right? Because from Gondok, we take the train to Seoul Station. From Seoul Station to connect to line number 4, which goes to Myeongdok, it's quite a walk and quite a climb with a lot of steps, right? Yeah. So maybe because of the volume of steps that the Koreans have to take in order to go from one place to one place, maybe that's why they eat a lot, and maybe that's why they are not obese, like me. Another thing is that the Koreans actually walk really fast. It's just my observation. Everybody walks really fast, especially during rush hour. I almost felt like that I was in danger of being trampled because I walked really slow. And so every time we walked out of the subway from the subway, when we get off the subway, I actually moved aside so that they can just walk towards the stairs and escalator, because during rush hour there's so many people and so many people, so they are just going to they just want to get somewhere or catch the connecting train. So I just didn't want to be caught in a stampede. And even walking with Sankyu, after a heavy meal, that guy is just walking really fast, so I had to keep up, and there are times when I was just out of breath. So that's another thing that I find really interesting about the Koreans. They walk slow when it's probably at night, when they don't have any rush to go to get anywhere soon. I think that's the case. Also, you'll see a lot of ajumas, a lot of halmonis and haraboji, right? Walking and up and about, like a lot of them. So, and I think because of, like I mentioned, because of all the stairs, and the roads that lead up to their houses, which are on hills. And we're not just talking about a 2 degrees slope. It's like 5-10 degree slope. I think that makes them really, really healthy. Obviously, because of their food and diet as well, kimchi, veggies, and all the banchans that they have, probably contribute to them being healthy and strong. You know, so yeah, it was kind of interesting to see all this stuff in my travel. I think that pretty much sums up what I observed and saw while I'm here in Korea. It has been a really, really good trip, right? And it was made possible by Ne Chingu, Sang Kyushi, Sajangnim, who went the extra mile to just host us and take us everywhere. I mean, literally everywhere that we went. It was I cannot describe how friendly, how hospitable, how warm, how welcoming, how accommodating this guy really is. Every single meal that we went out, except for one at Halal Guys, which we felt obliged to, we felt guilty that we wanted to treat him, because every single meal with him is being paid for by him, and it's just an amazing guy. As a distributor of Eleco in Korea, he is one of the best, one of the nicest people, one of the easiest people to deal with. So I like to take this opportunity. Thank you if you're watching. Thank you very much. I'm really grateful for all your hospitality. Kamsahamnida. Thank you so much, and to your team as well for supporting Eleco during the WPPO World Championships. I cannot thank you enough. The only thing that I can say is that I pray to God that He gives you health and wealth and happiness in this world. Amin. So I hope to see you in Malaysia in July, right? You promise you'll come? Please do give me a call, and I'll try my best to reciprocate your kindness in Malaysia, inshallah. Alright guys, I think that's it for this particular episode and this whole Korean travel vlog series. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification. We'll be back to the regular scheduling once I reach back to Malaysia, inshallah. Alright, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you back in Malaysia.